Hi and welcome to the penultimate edition of the Fantasy Insider Weekend Picks for this AFL and NRL season. This is the Draftstars edition of the video, and as with last week, there's just the 2 games for each sport with the preliminary finals. Let's start in the AFL, where the bookies have Geelong as 8.5 point favourites over Sydney, and GWS as 20.5 point favourites over the Bulldogs. I'm definitely no AFL historian, but that sounds like a big margin for this time of the year. Both games have relatively low totals, probably suggesting the tightness that often comes with finals matches in any sport. And of course in DFS 101 this week we talked a bit about contrarian strategies, and I think this Bulldogs game might be an interesting time to put those to the test. There's no telling our algorithm that though, which favours GWS players throughout the front line, starting with Devon Smith and Toby Green in the forwards, Stephen Coniglio and Lucky Whitfield in the mids, as well as Shane Mumford at ruck. The other players featured in the mids are Menegola from Geelong and Dunkley from the Bulldogs. While Sydney's pairing of Nick Smith and Aliir take on the defensive duties. Strategy-wise, I suspect most people are going to be focusing on the 2 big money contests this week, and personally I'm going to be using my standard multi-entry strategy of mixed teams combined with stacks of each team in those contests. In the NRL, the bookies have the Cowboys as 1.5 point favourites over Cronulla in what is basically a wash, while Melbourne are favoured by 6.5 points over Canberra. Both of those games are totaled at 37.5, so the bookies really aren't giving us much information. If anything, maybe expect some Melbourne stacks in your contest this week. At Draftstars, we have a mix of players in our lineup with Paul Gallen and Matt Pryor in the forwards from Cronulla, partnered by the Cowboys' Tom Malolo and Cohen Hess. Hess is just 5,000 at Draftstars, and we expect him to be pretty highly owned. In the backs, Javid Bowen, Ben Barber, Leilua and Latue mean that 3 teams are represented, so this is already looking like an interesting lineup for cash games. Cameron Smith at hooker and Tohu Harris, who is eligible at forward at Draftstars, complete the lineup. And that's it for the preliminary finals. There's some massive tournaments around this weekend, so take a look at those. And whatever and wherever you're playing, we wish you the best of luck. If you want our full projections, you can get them from just $5, and you can check fantasyinsider.com.au for those details. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the leaderboards.